Hi guys, it's Nancy back in my crafting room. And I have a box waiting from your Paper Insider, and I ordered this paper to see how it would do with some foiling. We're going to do some hot foiling. Depending on the texture of the paper will determine if it will work for toner foiling. But I wanted to show you guys, first of all, how the box came in terms of packaging. So this box was shipped to me to Pennsylvania from Las Vegas, and I wanted you guys just to see the condition of the box. So, you know, from Vegas to Pennsylvania is across the country, and the box has a little bit of wear on it, but what I noticed is they taped every corner. Every corner was taped because I had to open it with an X-Acto knife, which is very important. And then I got to opening it and I noticed it was wrapped in bubble wrap. And that is important for me because it's paper. And so if this were left in conditions where it was raining or something like that, you know, this paper would have gotten wet or damaged. And so I just wanted to make you guys aware of that they take their paper delivery very seriously. And this is a very good storage box for your paper. And I had mentioned that before, but that was important for me to show you guys, hey, this box did go through a little bit of damage. It wasn't just stuffed in an envelope and sent to me, that they taped all of those sides and then they wrapped it in bubble wrap so that when I got my paper, and it's shrink wrapped, so that, you know, the corners aren't marred up, that this paper is it's taken care of when it's sent to you. So for us serious paper crafters, we want to make sure that it's handled with care, you know? Okay, anyway, moving on. So I don't remember what I ordered because it was a little bit ago before I went on my work trip. But let's take a look at what we have here. I'll look it up and tell you guys. I'll put it in the description down below. Okay, now if I could only open the shrink wrap without messing up the paper. I have my glimmer machine over here on the side because we're going to hot foil it. And then I'll do some experiments on toner foiling. That will be another video. I wanted to have the paper in my hand and touch it before I determined if it was worthy for toner foiling. You know, I have to touch the paper and feel how super smooth it is before I determine if it's worthy for toner foiling. As you guys know, I specialize in foiling, because foiling, it's you guys, foiling is a niche. You gotta have an extra super smooth paper for foiling. And I got this box. I got this box and there was a paper in there, and I said, I need to know what this paper is. I gotta look up my order. I gotta look it up because I think this is the paper. And it takes a certain type of paper to be able to foil on it. Now we do have a white paper. It does take a certain white paper. Okay, that's not my order. That's my subscription. All right, I'll look it up and put it down below. But we've been looking for a black paper that's been super smooth for toner foiling. And that's been the challenge, because black paper is a porous paper in order to take dye, and this feels pretty porous. So I don't know if this will work for toner foiling. It's pretty porous. This white paper is super smooth. White paper we have Hamilco, we have the Hammer Mill Premium Color Copy Paper. This is super smooth. This is going to foil beautifully. But black paper is very porous, and it has to be porous so that it accepts the dye. And this is super heavy. Wow. That's like 120-pound weight. Ooh, that's super heavy. And hot foiling is generally very generous because hot foiling, it will stick to anything because there's an adhesive built into hot foiling. Toner foiling is not so generous because toner foiling, the toner is what the foil sticks to. Toner is put down by a laser printer. You cannot use an inkjet printer. And so the toner has to stick to the paper. And so the paper has to be really smooth. So it's two different styles of foiling. So I have two different papers here. They definitely, I know you guys can't feel it. You can only see it. But there's definitely a difference in texture. This is very, very smooth, like a baby's behind. This one is definitely a little bit rougher. This is much thicker in paper. This is a cardstock paper. This would be a very good heavyweight base cardstock. And this is still a heavyweight paper, but this would be a good blending, stamping, coloring paper, but I wouldn't use this as a card base. So let's hot foil on both of these. That's what I got them for, and see how they work. I suspect the white will do better than the black, and I think it'll be the same thing when I do my toner foiling test. But both of these are direct orders from Your Paper Insider. I'll put the links down below for you guys. I am an affiliate with them, so I would appreciate if you guys use my links. I'll get a little bit of credit. All right, let me cut these in half. We'll do half sheets here. 5.5. I do not believe they ship internationally, but you'll have to try to order to find out. I'm not sure. Ooh, that's some heavy paper. Heavy paper. And they have a monthly subscription, which is surprise mystery box papers. And it is $29.95. That's shipped quarterly. I've been having a lot of fun. I'm using last month's Betterpress of the month to foil. This has been tremendously popular. It is the Summertime Palms. I don't know if it's sold out or not, but I'll put that link down below from Spellbinders. And I just think it's super pretty, and I'm going to use some glimmer foil called Moon Dust, because I think it'll look pretty on the black cardstock. Let me put this on my glimmer hot foil system. Ooh, it's hot. Nice day out. I think I will go ride my motorcycle today. It's been, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I did sell my boat, and I get my son's car all fixed up. His dad is giving him one of his old cars, and we're gonna fix that up, get my son driving. And I decided, my kids are grown now. It's time for me to go out and do some of the things I used to enjoy. I used to have motorcycles 15 years ago, and I went and bought myself a motorcycle. It was not a whim. I used to have motorcycles a long time ago, and it was something I really enjoyed doing. And I went and got myself a Harley, and I have been enjoying it, going out by myself. I wear all of the motorcycle safety gear, you guys, and just go out cruising and just quiet, enjoying my time. And I think I'll go do that today. I got some design team videos to catch up on, but it's been nice. All right, we're going to start with the white, because I think that's going to foil no problem. So you always put the pretty side. This is how you remember. The foil presses, so it's on a clear backer sheet. So it's going to press the pretty side. This is the sticky side. So there's adhesive built into hot foil. So it's going to press the design. So this, remember, this is going to be sticky. It's going to press that into the paper. So you want this pretty side to show on your paper. So you're going to press that design into your paper. So we're going to press, once this turns green, it means it's hot enough. And then we're going to press the timer button. And if you want to learn more about foiling and you're not a subscriber, I would love to click the butterfly down below here on your screen, and that will make you a subscriber. And then when the bell comes up, if you click the bell, that will give you notifications of when I post new videos. There's also a playlist at the top of YouTube, and I have a hot foiling playlist and a toner foiling playlist. But if you want to learn more about foiling, we also have a Facebook group that was started by my friend Tracy and I, and we do all kinds of crafting, not just foiling. We joke around and call ourselves the Foiling Snobs Club, and all that means is we want you to learn more about foiling. We're not snobs at all. We're not owned by any crafting groups. It is just Tracy and I that started it, and we teach you for free on how to do all kinds of foiling. Toner foiling, again, requires a laser printer or any kind of toner foiling. So that would be any kinds of companies like Pink and Main, a company in Australia called Crafty Critta. Gina K uses her polyglaze. So those are the companies that we recommend when it comes to toner foiling, or print at home with your laser printer. So we help you out with that. Or hot foiling. And hot foiling would be the Glimmer machine from Spellbinders, the Gemini foil machine, or the Go Press and Foil, or the foil quill. Those are all hot foiling machines. So we help you troubleshoot. We have some wonderful admins that help you. You post your pictures and say, hey, I'm having a hard time foiling. And we walk you through and troubleshoot your foiling and go through that with you. But that is the Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. We are now approaching 10,000 members. And so we're going to have a big giveaway. We're going to be giving away some foils. We have some gift cards and things like that. So join us over at Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. And of course, follow me and Tracy and Melanie and Justine and Catherine. Those are our admins. We all have YouTube channels, and we all do a little bit of different things on our YouTube, but we are not a company sponsored page. It's just fun and card making and crafting and all kinds of things like that. So check us out. So we're just waiting for this to heat up. Actually, it's probably hot enough now. I don't even need to wait. We're going to run this through my platinum machine, my new lilac platinum machine. You can also run this through your Gina K Intracut machine. I'm just going to run that through one time, just giving it a little bit of pressure. See what this looks like. And then while we're waiting for that to cool down, you always want to let it cool down and give that foil proper time to adhere. And hot foiling, I think, is a little bit, takes a little bit to learn. They both have their pros and cons, but it's more forgiving with the paper than toner foiling is. Okay, so we're going to let that heat up off to the side, and we let this cool down for a second, and then all we do is peel and reveal. And you want to save this foil because you can use this to foil again. Oh, probably could have used a little bit more time, but that's okay. Look how beautiful that is. I knew this paper would foil. So pretty. And that's a Betterpress plate. All Betterpress plates can foil, if you didn't know that. Lots of fun. This paper is super smooth. And this paper is going to stamp beautifully. I can just tell by the smoothness of it. It's going to stamp beautifully. It is going to blend beautifully. In fact, I have my Gina K brushes here. This is just some Gina K grass green ink. yes, you can ink right over your foiling. It's not going to hurt anything. And you can see how beautifully this paper just takes ink. I already knew that. I could tell by how smooth it was. So this is some really nice paper, and it's a nice heavyweight. I would say, my guess is this is 100-pound heavyweight. So that's from, oh, trying to ink that up with the lid on there. Your Paper Insider. So it's not just a prescription company, it is a paper company, you guys. And I showed the unboxing of their paper, the Sparkle and Shine collection. You can see the more ink I add, the heavier it gets, blending beautifully. You can be very light-handed. Try to start off the paper instead of on the paper. You'll get less splotching like I have here. I should take my own advice. Remember that. You can see it doesn't affect the foiling at all. It's very beautiful, but it blends beautifully. And then you just take a rag and wipe over the foil, and it will take the ink off the foil, but it does not affect the foiling at all. Very, very nice paper. Let's see how it does with markers. This is an alcohol marker. And then if I wanted to blend, try to find one close. Oh, that's not very close in color. Okay, so it does well with alcohol markers. Very nice. Okay, I suspected that. So this is kind of reminds me of Bristol. Like it's kind of an all-in-one paper, which Bristol paper is very similar to. What about color pencils? Black paper is heating up. I just hit the button on that. These are Prismacolor pencils. Oh yeah. Nice and smooth blending with my Gamsol, which is odorless mineral spirits. So normally I'll stamp an image, color it, and then use the Gamsol to blend it out. Very smooth. Works just like it should. Oh yeah, so this is an all-encompassing paper. So great for foiling, great for blending, great for color pencils, alcohol. Now, I don't know if it will handle watercolor. We might as well try it while we're waiting for our other thing to warm up. Normally, I use watercolor paper because smooth papers like this don't handle a lot of water. They're not designed for that. But maybe very light water. These are zig markers. I wouldn't normally use a lot of water on these. Okay. It's blending okay. Normally, I do ink off to the side like this on my table and then pick it up and color in. So it's soaking up the water very quickly and drying quickly, but like I said, I wouldn't normally put water on smooth paper like this. You could color direct with watercolor markers like I did here. Like, it colors very quickly. But I wouldn't recommend putting a lot of water on paper like this, because it will probably pill if you do too much water. But you could color directly with watercolor markers, no problem. So overall, a good paper. It does remind me how smooth it is, very similar to Bristol paper. Wow, I'm very impressed with this paper. Very happy with that. Okay, the black paper is ready. Let's try it out. Curious to see, because there is a lot of texture to the black paper and it is very thick. So we'll see how this goes. Very slowly run it through. And we want to let that cool down. Very important, any type of foiling you do, to let that completely cool before you reveal it. Yep, just as I suspected. So whenever your paper is too textured, this is what you're going to get. And that's the problem that we have here, is this paper is unfortunately too textured. And it's not bad on here because this is a very organic image. But whenever it's too textured, and this is what's going to happen if we try to toner foil it, the foil's not going to stick to it. And that's what I suspected was going to happen here. This is a very nice, heavyweight, thick paper. But in order to get the dye to stick to the paper has to be very porous. Which makes sense, right? Because they have to dye this paper black. So, fortunately, this is not going to pass for our foiling test. So, very nice thick paper. I'll be using this to die cut. I'll be using it to mat with, but I will not be foiling with this paper. So, the white paper passes all of our tests. I will be using the white paper for everything. I just need to leave it on the heat a little longer, but the black paper does not pass our foiling tests. But that's why I buy and try everything out for you guys. But I will be using this for card bases. I will be using it to die cut with. I will be using it for matte layering. It is a super heavyweight, thick paper. I bet this is going to Betterpress. We're going to Betterpress this because it's super thick. We're going to Betterpress this. We have this other half. And we already have our plate out, and it cools down super fast. And I believe I only have one Mylar shim in here. Yep. And I'm going to use a nice shimmery pigment ink from Lisa Horton. I love these interference inks. If you have not tried these yet, oh, you're missing out. Because they look great on white, but also they look great on darker inks. These black paper, or sorry, dark papers, not inks. The inks themselves are just gorgeous. I hope I have enough ink now. It's kind of hard to see. Okay. This one is called Summer Garden Shimmer. So this is what it looks like on light paper. This is what it looks like on dark paper. And I'll link the link down below to get that. But this is going to look fabulous. Oh, I knew it was going to look good on black paper. This paper, okay, I knew it was going to look good. Look at that. Perfectly better pressed. And because this paper is so thick, it is pressed into that paper because of the thickness of this paper. Wow. So we are not at, can you see not only the shimmer from the ink, but that dimension is pressed into this paper because of how thick this paper is. So really good black paper for that. So this is a heavyweight black paper. I'm trying not to touch the ink because it's a pigment ink, so it takes a second to dry. But this is pressed in. There's dimension to this. So it's shimmery. It's heavyweight. So you can use this for card bases. You can use it to die cut. You can use it as a matte layer. But you can also better press with it. It's also going to look beautiful if you want to use your 3D embossing folders on it. But what a beautiful, thick, heavyweight black cardstock. You can't foil. But if you're using for a nice heavyweight black cardstock. So, 2 new papers for you guys to check out from Your Paper Insider. I will look up the item numbers and link them down below for you guys. So if you had fun watching me unbox and try these 2 papers out for you guys. And like I said, I just should have left the heat on for the foiling. But this white paper will foil. I was premature in not hitting that timer button. But a super nice white paper. It will foil beautifully. I should have left the timer on. Blends beautifully. Copic marker. Look at all that blending. It was beautiful with the blending. I used 2 different color yellows over here that matched better. Color pencil friendly. Watercolor marker friendly. Just don't use too much water on there. And the black paper. Wow. So go check them out. I'll link them down below. And if you missed my Sparkle and Shine unboxing and the Your Paper Insider mystery quarterly box unboxing, I'll link those for you as well. Any questions, post them down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.